Hey, yo, this is Cash on the Hood, your favorite podcast. I would need you to please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Without you, we can't do it. I'm here with my main man, Steven Sickles, and we have the guest of honor, Mr. The 501, Todd Cioppa from Iron City Promotions, Cioppa Nation. Todd, welcome.
Thank you, Jay. Good to see everybody again.
I know we're starting early this morning. You guys got your morning coffee. How was that?
Wonderful.
Yeah, thanks for getting me.
Venti cold brew and a grande medicine ball.
Okay.
Got a little stuffiness going on.
Now, do you have a one that you always order? Do you always order the same coffee?
Yeah, it's always a cold brew with one stevia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steven, do you drink?
I'm not a coffee drinker. I had an energy drink on the way here, though.
Yeah, do you have a kind that you like the best?
Either the C4 or the Rain. I don't know. I tried to do the zero sugar ones, but
Yeah. Are you guys in the gym right now? You guys got your New Year's resolutions?
I never stop going to the gym. I just don't eat right.
Yeah, I'm in the gym. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5:30. Dr. Camille Clark Smith, my trainer. Been doing that for years. So, yeah.
Yeah, you start your morning with a celebrity right away.
I do.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. He's texting me from the gym about what they're working on. They got like you do Bitcoin and stuff with her.
We do. We have a little bit of Bitcoin, which is down right now, but it's still fighting, you know.
Right. I mean, that's part of this show is talking about entrepreneurship and how we make money
Right.
in cash and stuff. So
Almost every stock I own is down, but
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
still fighting.
Yeah.
you got any good stock, Steven?
Hell no. I invested in Neo. It was a horrible decision.
What is that?
It's an EV that was supposed to be competitive with Tesla, but even Tesla isn't. I own some Tesla stock too, but it's not even on fire, we'll say.
Well, so does that make you part owner of Twitter now?
I don't think so.
Now, I'm with some champions in Demolition Derby right now. Steven is the 2021 Unified Series points champion, and we know it took a lot. Now, Todd, you've been the champion of New Alex.
Yeah, one time, 2018.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, one time.
Have you two ever been on the track against each other? Steven, you ever ran a big car, I guess.
Oh, yeah, but I believe I have ran on the same track as him at Croucher's one year. I can't remember. I know I ran against Mark and Steve.
Yeah.
How do you think you did? Todd, whoop your ass.
No, I had bad luck at crush hours. You know,
The track was awful.
Yeah,
anyone could have. Anyone had bad luck.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. That track always beat us.
Yeah. I still have actually 2 out of 3 Croucher Championship cars I ran are still around and straight. Like I never even messed with them since I ran them. So.
You guys run a lot at New Alexandria, which is just outside of Pittsburgh. That's your home track, right, Todd?
That is correct. Yeah, that's where we grew up since the 70s with our dad, and we've been running there for well over 25 years. Yeah.
And now you have your own show there.
Yes, we do. The Iron City Nationals, July 1st. It's at the New Alexandria Lions Club. Yep.
Put on by Iron City Promotions.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Now you have a pay-per-view. What's the name of that? And
well, it's ICP TV, which is Iron City Promotions TV, which we basically just do our own show and maybe a handful of other shows. Yeah.
Well, I mean, your next show is February 17th.
Yeah, we're gonna live stream the Palmetto Destruction for Carolina Derby Promotions.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Steven, how many cars you taking down there?
I believe just mine and yours. So
that's pretty cool. I'm coming down with the most wanted squad. I'm bringing Tommy.
Oh boy.
I'm bringing Breeze.
You mean Tommy's off probation, or is he?
He's not going to Minnesota.
No more Minnesota.
We're taking him down south.
I thought we wrote him off on the 25 or 3 bodies for 25K. Big Wayne carried him into the dumpster.
Well, he rewrote his script where he is now a twin, an evil twin that came back.
Okay.
So he's here to get some justice for the death of his twin
Producer
brother.
501 can work with that.
Yeah.
So he says he's growing a mustache just to make him be the evil twin.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that way he's gonna come back for you. He
So
says.
initially he was the good twin.
I don't know. We were still writing it as it goes.
Do you know, you talked about New Alex being his home track. You know how many people think New Alex was my home track just because I didn't like to run Fayette?
I thought it was your home track.
Yeah, and it's actually almost an hour and a half away from me. But
yeah, I realized that when we were trying to stage Most Wanted cars at your place. I was like, why is this like an hour away, Steven? I thought you lived like right next door.
No, I just always went there.
Yeah. It's a good little venue. I mean, for years and years and years when our father used to run, it's close to home for us. It's about 45 minutes from our shop in Rankin, but even closer to Steve's shop. So.
My favorite thing about New Alexandria, and especially coming from down at Fayette, the track has never beat me.
Yeah.
I'm Fayette year after year, one out of every other run. The track is what took me out.
Yeah. Even when the track had that water break underneath, it still never could beat you.
No, I mean? I mean, you're still able to get around, especially in the mini cars. I mean,
yeah. It's a good track. Fast track.
Steven built me my first car to drive there. Built me a station wagon, front wheel drive Celebrity.
Yeah, I just shared that picture the other day.
That's pretty cool. So that was donated to me by a man named Fred here in the city, Pittsburgh. He wanted to see his car get destroyed. So I took it to Steven. Steven's like, I got you. And I had one hit, the tire fell off, and that was my experience.
That was a really rainy night too, though, wasn't it? It was pretty muddy out.
Yeah, it was fun. My first wagon. And Steven also built me my very first win. I only have one win in my whole 30-year career. Steven built me a Honda station wagon.
No, minivan.
Minivan at Stoneboro.
Yep.
So I appreciate that, Steven.
It was weird. Just the other day, we were talking about when you raced the Poppy Prius. And then didn't you have a letter from Toyota saying that
I had
you're going to go
a
cease and desist letter? And me and Mark were talking about it, and because the electric car, the craze now, and I said, yeah, well, they told Sire you could die.
Well, I actually still have Poppy Prius sitting in my shop, and we have Poppy Prius 2.0 that I was building.
Yeah.
And as I'm building it, Jason's like, I need you to find a way to protect this battery. And I did some research online, and I was talking to Toyota Tech, and he's like, listen, like if something grounds out wrong in that car, whatever's in that car can fry. Yeah. So they steered me away from it, and we actually we haven't abandoned the project, but we're going to try and do something even crazier with it.
So they spooked you, but didn't spook him because he ran it.
I'm not smart.
Well, he was still like, well, we could still build it. And I'm like, Jason, I can't do this. We're going to try something even crazier, but it's going to be a little bit safer.
Yeah.
We had a hidden pipe underneath that car that protected the battery of sorts. But that was it. What we learned, though, was because Toyotas weren't big back then. What we learned that night was Toyota had a strong front end. That's what we learned that night because everyone was still running the W bodies. And that Toyota was holding up really well.
Yeah, it's still structurally there. The wheels were pretty much, you end up getting some of the wheels beat off you. And you placed that night, though, didn't you?
I tied for third. Some car ended up on top of me, and there wasn't enough oomph to get out from underneath it.
Yeah.
It was exciting. I just tagged Toyota all summer long on Twitter. That was the summer that you lent me the lift to paint that mural in Southside at the Birmingham Bridge Tavern.
Yeah.
So that summer, we were just building that car. I don't build. So I was just like, hey, dear Toyota, like, basically I was looking for, like in a Ford Ranger, there's like that kill switch. And if it gets in an accident, it's like underneath the passenger side. I was trying to get Toyota to tell me where the kill switch was for when it's in an accident. But the whole time they're like, no, stop, no, stop. So they finally sent me a sheriff's warning that is sent to all first responders. So whenever they see a Gen 1 Prius, you're specifically looking for the port on the driver's side in the rear part of the car, which is the exhaust for the giant battery. And at that point, you're supposed to not touch the car because you could. So in a Toyota dealership, you have a giant fiberglass pole to work on this car that has to be set off to the side in case you were to get grounded out. So you have to work with big gloves on all the way up to your elbows on those cars.
Well, and then the next thing is once them actually, if they would catch on fire, I don't think the fares and they're not prepared to put that thing out. They burn differently.
Right.
So, yeah, it would have a different fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really put everybody in danger for my own vanity, my own self-satisfaction. I just wanted to be the first to wreck a hybrid.
And you did.
All right. So,
to my knowledge, you got that.
Right. Well, and still. So don't do it, kids. Don't hurt your friends. All right. It held up we drove it back on the trailer. We ended up using that car for a women's only car class. So I put that car in the art gallery, and then every Saturday morning, the students, all the girls, we'd put the tires back on it, and we changed the brakes on it, and we changed the oil. Like, we learned how to work on cars with that crashed up Prius inside the gallery. So it ended up being a unique experience for the city.
Yeah.
But I like what we're gonna build next. He's got a trick up his sleeve that we're gonna show up with the Prius and freak everybody out, and then it won't be so bad.
Just got to find the time.
Oh my God! Right? Who has it? Who has the time? Todd says he's running the most wanted fine art class this season.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, we decided over the last couple of weeks. I basically just semi-retired. I don't know if you recall the last New Alex Championship. Dinged my head pretty good, concussion and torn vitreous, and I was seeing spots for months and months and months. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna wrap it up. I'm getting old. I'm 58 years old. Sold a couple of my prize wagons, and I said that I would keep a setup just in case. But now they're all saying, hey, we're all gonna run the most wanted fine art class. So I'm like, okay.
It's a ton of fun.
So is that going to be at Iron City?
Yeah, Iron City National. So Mark, Steve, myself.
I knew I needed to send my registration in.
JC Molly's, and I inherited a van. Well, unless you're buying that van.
No, hold on. You can't run a 1-ton van, Todd.
I don't.
It has to be.
A 1-ton van?
I don't know what van you're talking about.
Mark called you on it or something.
Mark called me.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to answer. I tried to call him back,
Okay.
and we're in the middle of our tag game.
I don't think it's. Wait a second.
You just told me it was a 1-ton van.
Wait a second. What did who had the big van last year?
Astrovan.
It was an Astro van.
Oh,
And
that
that was
was-
Breeze.
That was pretty big.
Well, I mean, what's his name had one a year before?
Yeah.
Howman.
Yes.
Astrovan.
Right. So it's an
Yeah.
Astro van, like
Yeah.
the big ice cream van.
Right.
So
right.
it just looks tall.
It looks okay
'cause it has the tall
okay.
roof.
Yeah. No, that's scrap.
Okay, well,
scrap the van.
If you do have a van that is too big, we'll find you something.
no, I don't know. Maybe I'll be the one sitting out calling.
No,
the
you
shots.
need to get it. So the most wanted class doesn't let you retire. You don't have to retire.
I know.
The hits aren't that hard because you guys water down the track, so it's all slippy.
Yeah.
You saw Gerardo out there with the
Yeah.
broken seat, just
Yeah.
looking cool,
Yeah.
spinning
Yeah.
tire the whole time.
I mean, it's bad because it's not, we don't run our own shows. I mean, I would love to run a big show at New Alex because that's a great track to run on, but it's just we don't run our own shows. I think we could have some fun in the most wanted fine art
Yeah,
class.
it's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, right. That is the fun, and like
Right.
so when everyone ran it at Dead Man, that's when like it really, I think everyone realized how much fun it is.
Yeah.
What'd you place at Dead Man?
It isn't about what I placed. It's about what happened at the end. I got to junk Josh Decker, which was more fun than any trophy could have ever been.
Nice setup, Sour.
I think the best one was when JD and TY.
Oh yeah,
Where was that? No high. Where did
that
they
was
run?
with you.
No, that was at Iron City.
51 cars.
Yeah.
TY got second.
TY got second and JD got first. Yeah.
That's super
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been
What
happier for either
what
one
was
of those
even
guys.
cooler? Ty ran that Jeep all the way out in Ohio,
Indiana
or Indiana,
for
a couple
toast.
weeks.
for toast.
One shot, this dude came
Yeah,
across
I
the
seen
track
that.
and ripped his entire wheel off.
Ripped his wheel off.
Then he
Yeah.
comes back and gets second. So that was like a.
Well, salute to your dad for repairing that car and getting TY back on the track.
It was like an underdog story because we put the car back together because it still ran great, but it's like, is this thing gonna hold up? And then he ends up getting second out of 50 some cars.
Loved
Yeah, his trophy is in the art studio, and we
Yeah.
talk about it all the time.
I love it. I love him, dude. You know how I have him in my phone?
Yeah.
TY, aka Ed Reed, because he wears the Baltimore Raven helmet. Well, it looks like a
I always
Baltimore Raven.
question if that's like fully like safe.
I mean,
But-
it's built for concussions, and so Casey says no, but other people say because of the speeds of Demolition Derby that it can't be any. It wouldn't. It's still good because the speeds on a football field
Yeah.
are that.
Yeah,
those
I mean,
collisions.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't doubt that.
So if it was 70 mile per hour, then no.
Yeah.
But because the derbies are 30 miles or less.
I've seen worse impact on a football field than I've seen inside of a demolition derby car for sure.
Yeah.
So, and it's a pro helmet. It's his brother's on like.
Okay, see, I never actually saw it up close, so I thought it was like one of them little kids ones that like had no padding inside of it.
No, it's like got gel and stuff in there. It's, his brother's on the practice squad for Steelers or something. You know what I mean? So he gets to use his brother's helmet.
I feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks good.
He looks good doing it. You can see the smile through the whole thing. His eyes are lighting up. It's so good. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like, because when we did that Indiana drive, that was tough. So whatever it was like 12 hours there.
Yeah.
He lasted 15 seconds.
Yeah.
We loaded up and drove 12 hours home in a rainstorm. And we're just like, God.
That's always the worst ride home. I've been there.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went 17 hours to one of their first shows. And, well, I believe it was the indoor one.
Oh, down in Florida?
In Florida, yeah.
At the Mosaic Arena. Yeah.
I got my wheel ripped off in about 40 seconds in my compact. So I've
remember
experienced that drive.
Yeah.
Bad dirt. Bad dirt. We can never find good dirt in Florida.
We'll say that was the reason.
Yeah, that was tough. Gerardo and I had a good drive home from that one though. We found this restaurant that served alligator, and it was in Florida, and they had a old man singing the blues. And so we found a really authentic place to park the derby car and have a nice lunch.
I was praying that one worked out because I love that arena, like the half open, half enclosed feel to it.
Oh, yeah.
That was just cool because
it's
it could
the best
pour
for
down
derby.
rain, and you were still sort of outside.
Actually, we're revisiting that particular venue now, except trucking our own dirt. We have to weigh the cost effectiveness out of it
because
removing their dirt and putting dirt.
And you have to go so far north to get the correct dirt,
Correct.
don't you?
Yeah, almost to Georgia.
Yeah,
So we're weighing that out because that is a.
Well, I know a lot of the states, like when you go into Georgia, when I've bought cars, like the top half of the state is dirt and the bottom half is sand. So,
I think we reached out to a geotechnical engineer for soil down there, so we're waiting to hear what exactly we need and how much do we need.
Quickcrete
to do
all of it.
Yeah,
they tried that. They tried it.
That was
the other one.
That was at Hillsborough County Fair. That was
with Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson. Mark Elliott, and we tried that. That was the outdoor Florida Southern Nationals. But that Mosaic Arena is nice.
That's really the best arena for derby.
Yeah,
it really was because it lets the derby smoke out of the space. That way your eyeballs don't hurt. Like
correct.
Like midway through, and you're like looking through exhaust fog, like you do a blizzard bash.
Right.
Yeah, like Kansas, about halfway through the Derby. If you're not down low, your eyes are burning.
Oh yeah, the upper seats in Kansas is tough.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Ventilation. Oof. Yeah.
Right, but that's pretty cool news, right?
Yeah.
You guys really invested in Florida. Like, hate to see you give up on it.
Yeah. We're looking. I mean, other than that, it's asphalt or concrete.
That's it. I mean, that's its own thing.
Which is fun.
Have you ever derbied on asphalt?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's right. You caught on fire.
I did. That's
right. They had to pull you out of a transmission fire.
They pulled me out, but they pulled me out. I was soaked with transmission fluid.
Yeah, you were.
And I kept telling them, don't, because I knew it wasn't going to get to me. But it was pouring down rain too, so it was good.
That was for that young kid, that derby.
That was for
Brandon
Reinhardt.
Yes.
Yeah, we went down there to the DeSoto Speedway, which is now that Freedom Factory.
I don't think I went to that one.
Yeah, and it was like in February.
It was before they started, like, really. They were there with like JC.
Well, I went to one of them. That was Ocala by Orlando.
Osceola. Were you there?
Yeah.
One of the funnest derbies ever.
I believe.
Yeah.
One of you guys ran a Bubble Caprice, or was that Jason? No.
No, I ran a wagon. We had Mark ran. We had like beaters,
Yeah, I'll never remember the one guy showed up from down there with like beautiful paint, like professional paint jobs on their cars.
Wait a second. That was their main sponsor, Shamrock Towing.
Oh, okay.
They had the two brand new Crown.
Okay, but then were they the guys that once the front bumper cover fell off, they had loaded bumpers behind it?
Yes. So here's how that went down. So we go down there, and Steve has a beater, Mark has a beater, I have a beater, JC. But I'm in a wagon. So we go out there, and they have best paint job, and it's the craziest thing in the world. I had my just basic good and plenty pink, white, and black at the time, you
Mhm.
know? So they take the Shamrock painting cars out there, which are beautiful, pristine.
Oh, I'm talking like metallic flake
Yes.
and their cherry
Right,
maroon.
right,
Like,
yeah.
Right. So, and it's us three. And I go out there and I'm starting to throw towels to the fans with bubble gum wrapped in it. And I'm getting the crowd riled up. And how about I fall I fall coming out, slip in the mud. And I'm in the mud, lose my phone at the time.
and I superstar.
And I get up and I go like this, and the people go crazy, and I win the best paint job. So now they're mad because they win it every year.
Mhm.
I win the best paint job, which I shouldn't have, but I did, right? So then we go, and we're in there, and we all pass inspection. We're having fun, and Terry, the promoter, knows that the guy's bumper fell off or whatever after the heat, and he said he's going to disqualify him, and I said, no. Let him run. We all said, yeah, let him run. Let him run. We all let him run, you know. And
Because other than that, I mean, they were stock ground Vics.
Yeah, stock
4.6
ground Vic.
drive line.
yeah, but they didn't know when that plastic piece fell off, they had loaded bumpers. So we're in stock stuff. But I said, no, let him run. So not only did it was like our first time, and Steve won, JC took second, and I took third. I had blue JC's.
Didn't you blow Mark into the stands?
No, that was Steve.
Oh,
Put him
okay.
up into the stands, and I had just pretty much taken JC out, and then Steve clips me and knocks my wheel off, and that's how it ended. But then that was the end. We basically they say that the reason why that Osceola Fair Derby's no more. I won that paint job. They lost their sponsor, and so I ruined it.
It was like a pop-up fair in the middle of Orlando. There wasn't
It's the Osceola County
imported
Fair.
bleachers.
Yeah, it
You
was,
would have never thought there was a fair there if you didn't know it was there.
but it was fun. Yeah, the Osceola County Fair.
We were just down there for vacation, and Dakota Papson knew about it, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, come watch this derby with me."
Yeah.
And,
Yes, I
me and
remember
cousin
that.
Eddie shot up, and
Yeah.
we got to hang out with Big Wayne all night, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's because it's like the couple weeks before Daytona 500, like the second week of
We-
February. All the race
We caught
fans
the
are-
Daytona 500 on our last day there,
yeah,
so
yeah, a lot of race fans. That's a good time to have a derby in Florida. It's like the second week of February.
Mhm.
A lot of the race fans are in Florida,
Mhm.
and then you could probably draw from them. You know?
I caught Volusia that week,
Yeah,
that,
Volusia,
and
yeah.
then Daytona.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's also Yacht Week in Miami, same time.
yeah.
So there's-
And it's usually Super Bowl weekend.
That's
the
that's,
second. Yeah.
that's a little bit above my class.
not. Come on.
No yachts for Steven. I stay away from the boats.
Yeah, I got one. Been in storage for 5 years. Maybe this year we'll get it out.
I always contemplate it, and then I'm like, I bought this Razor for like 20-some thousand that I don't ride, so why would I buy a boat for X amount of dollars that I'm not going to take out?
Right. Once or twice a year.
Yeah. I figured if I ever do want to go a boat, I'm just going to go to Deep Creek and rent one or something.
My insurance agent, who's a good friend of mine, Scott Diebert, he owns the Millville Marina, and he rents boats. So if you want to rent a boat, go rent a boat from him.
He doesn't
Much
rent
better.
ski boats. He only rents pontoons.
Pontoon and
All right,
yeah.
because I tried to rent a ski boat.
From him,
There's the only one boat rental.
he'll get you.
Will you give me a boat?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
'cause I-
Scott's my man.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw Rowdy out there in the tube and tear him
Yeah.
up around the point.
Yeah, right.
So check it. That's really good episode 1 right there, fellas. So listen, everyone that listened all the way through, I need you to like, subscribe, share all this stuff. Follow these guys. Todd, how can they find you?
We're at Cioppa Racing on Facebook, Iron City Promotions, and Iron City Nationals Facebook page. We still have the Cioppa Racing YouTube page, but those videos are, we basically, the videos that are up are old and they're good. And how many times I got sued for copyright
Well,
infringement.
We're going to talk about all the movie stuff here in the next episode.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, whatever you
Steven,
want. Yeah,
tell them
yeah.
where they can find you, buddy.
Either TikTok, Sickles911, Facebook under my name, or we have a new venture, Revved Up GarageCast. Me and Jason are sort of in a little bit of a competition here. First one to 100,000 downloads. We're closing it. No, I'm kidding. We're getting there.
All right.
But definitely check us all out. Be sure to like, share, follow everything that we just mentioned.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. So I got to salute my man, Brian, running the equipment over here on the other side, him and Gerardo. Brian's got his own podcast. He's got 274 episodes. And it's called Cinema Psychos. It could be 250 episodes, but
I think it's like 700 or something.
700 episodes. We love Brian and all his efforts. So Cinema Psychos is his podcast, and he's been doing it for a long time, and it's pretty good. Right? So that's episode 1. Please like and follow. We're about to hit episode 2 right now.